I'm always seeing you on magazine covers, and you always look beautiful. And you did a magazine photo shoot for a magazine called Complex magazine?
Complex?
Yeah, and it was just a very different shot of you. I didn't know, you're beautiful, but I didn't quite know what it is. It seemed like a very different photo shoot for you. I think we have the picture here. It looked like they have you in a bra and you're welding or something.
It's like with big machines.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where they're like, we want you to look really like, look empowered and aggressive. And you're like, and they're like, no, but sexy. And you're like, You're just trying to figure out. I mean, don't they tell you to do weird things in photos?
To hold welding guns and look sexy?
Yeah.
Or my favorite is when the photographer will be like, okay, you have a secret. And you're like, what does that look like?
I don't like it when they say, be yourself. Because I'm like, well, if I were myself, I probably wouldn't be standing here in a nice clothes getting photographed by you. So
It's very weird.
Well, I found if you're in comedy and you show up for any kind of photo shoot, they're always wanting you to do something wacky. And usually the night before, they've had a couple of ideas. And so you show up and it's like, we built a giant toilet. And you're coming out of it holding your nose. And you're like, what? And they're like, it's crazy wacky.
And you're
like, it's me coming out of a toilet. Why would I want to do that?
Yeah.
But I always do.
And that's why they keep coming back for more.
Yeah. You are you're an animal lover.
I am.
Do you have a lot of animals?
I do. I have a dog and a cat. And
That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah. I know it's not like it's not insane. That
the
sounds
cat
like
is actually is a bit of a con woman though, because she initially tricked me into taking her off the street by basically tricking me into thinking she had cancer. She had this big lump on her stomach.
How does a cat trick you?
The cat had this.
The cat was like, meow.
She told me a real sob story.
Meow. I don't understand how a cat would do that.
A very sweet cat in Chicago, and I kind of felt sorry for it. It kind of made its home in my trailer, and I was like, I don't really like cats, so I'll just take it around, see if it belongs to anyone. The local vet came in and looked at it, and it was like, well, it's a sweet cat, but it has cancer. Just let it, die. And I was like, no, I can't do that. So I'm gonna take the kitty back to Los Angeles, buy it a first-class ticket, really give it a good life on its way out.
So then it pass out nicely, yeah.
Give it that nice shot in Beverly Hills.
Right.
We were in Chicago where I found this cat in the snow. And when we got back to the vet here in LA, I brought the cat in and he was like, oh, this is a beautiful cat. And I was like, too bad about the cancer. He's like, what cancer? And I was like, the cancer? And he's like, oh, the hernia? I can remove that when I neuter her. And
not cancer at all?
Beautiful cat, gonna live 25 years. And I was like, no, now I have a cat.
What's with the crappy vet in Chicago?
Terrible.
That thing's got cancer, let it die.
Yeah, terrible, right?
Turns out the cat's
fine. He said something like, just let it go into nature. And I'm like, we're in downtown Chicago.
This is the worst vet I've ever heard of. Put it under a tire and back over it.
And now I have a cat.
So this cat's gonna be with you forever now?
Forever.
And what's your dog like?
He's sweet. He's a sweet little dog, but he has a very girly name. I named him Cinnamon, and he's a Yorkie.
Oh, he's a dude, but you call him Cinnamon.
But I call him like Cinnamon.
That doesn't help.
Or Cinnamon Buns, like Bunsy.
There you are with Buns again, yeah.
No, not good.
So you call him Cinnamon.
Yes.
All right. Is he a manly dog then?
He's, I only learned this recently because I was doing a Skype interview with a journalist, and he said, show me around your house and on the laptop, and so I kind of held my dog up to show him, and he told me that he had a very prominent Johnson. The dog.
Penis.
Very smart.
Penis. The dog's penis is quite large.
It is for his body. He has a large.
I'm allowed to say that. We're allowed to talk about that stuff.
He has a big one. I was very proud, though. I'm his mom.
So yeah. Yeah.
You're proud of that kind of stuff.
I guess so.
Strange.
Nah, it's weird. So you held it up, and that's just so weird that the journalist went right. I mean, you've had the dog for a while, and then the journalist was like, look at the genitalia.
Yeah. Probably looking for a story, but yes, here I gave him one.
Yeah, it was for Dog Fancy magazine.
It was.
Yeah.